This is the Business of Leadership Series Minute with your host, the best-selling author of Don't Buy a Duck and founder of MarketingStrategyHero.com, Darrah Champagne.
Our guest today, Darrah Brustein, she is co-founder of Equitable Payments. She's a serial entrepreneur, author, business consultant, also the founder of Network Under 40, founder of Finance Whiz Kids. It's a series of children's books that teach the basics of financial literacy. She is a regular contributor to Forbes, Entrepreneur, and her work has been featured in Time Magazine, CNN, and Huffington Post. Darrah, thank you for being our guest today.
Thank you, Derek. It's a pleasure to be here.
But I saw something on LinkedIn this morning that there was some kind of visual that, marketing or sales is like a brutal battle, and it showed like this gruesome picture of people fighting with swords. And I thought, no, that's not supposed to be like that at all. That's the opposite of how I do it. And I'm in marketing. And it really is about building relationships and connecting others at the highest level and with the purest level, with people to people and the right intent, and that is so much more powerful. And not that there's not competitive advantage and all those things. I get it. We do advertising, but it's that is not how you build something meaningful like you do. And I really appreciate how you're doing it, and I appreciate the resources that you're putting out. Success does leave clues, and it leaves even more when people document it, put it together, and put it to your inbox and train you. That's even better. So do you mind sharing? You put some freebies together for us, and I'd like to get this. I'd like to get any final words of wisdom that you have for us that you want to share, and then share with us some of the resources that you have that our listeners can go to.
Yeah, well, one of the things you're saying I think is really important to highlight, which is this scarcity mindset versus an abundance mentality. That when people are looking at it as, if I don't get mine and they get it, then there's not enough. It just doesn't work that way. And if your listeners haven't already been told the gospel of Adam Grant, then go get his book, Give and Take, because it'll give you evidence to my anecdote that givers win in this world, and that he put studies to demonstrate why that's the truth. And asterisks, givers win when they're not martyrs. That we still need to ask, we still need to be supported, we still need to do for ourselves, but it's not about you do for me, I do for you, reciprocity. It's not about winner takes all, just about me. It's about how do I look out for your best interest. And so with that, I'll just mention really briefly, there's a challenge that I have challenged my network to do, and we're empowering 1 million people to do this, called the Give It Forward Challenge, where once a day for 30 days, you commit to going out proactively and seeking to be of service to someone in some way with no strings attached. It could be making an introduction, it could be listening, it could be whatever they need. The caveat being you don't promise to deliver because you're not a magic fairy, but you promise to try. And with that, it really helps, I think, reframe for people how much joy you get when you're looking out for other people, and how much you really have to offer that you're probably not recognizing, and how much it really deepens your relationships when you go out and proactively do this. So to the freebies.
Great advice. Givers win when they're not martyrs. I love that.
Yeah. And so on my website, I've got a number of free resources that I welcome everyone to grab. It's just darrah.co, darrah.co. Number one, I have a masterclass with Deepak Chopra and myself that's on living a more meaningful life that also has a guided meditation. 2, this one's been downloaded about 1.2 million times. It's super great because it helps people really get to know people more deeply. It's called the 55 Best Questions to Ask to Break the Ice and Really Get to Know Someone. It helps break away from that dreaded what do you do question, and helps make people feel really known and seen and not just transacted with. Additionally, there is one called It No One Tells You About Starting a Business, which I think is really critical so that people don't feel alone, and they know that just because there's challenges and struggles doesn't mean you don't keep going, but that there will be, and I'm with you. And then lastly, there's one called the 6 Best Steps for More Effective Goal Planning that really helps you break down to understand how to vision and move forward.
Darrah Champagne here. I want to connect with you if you're listening to the Business Leadership Series. We can connect on LinkedIn or send me a message at darrah@darrahchampagne.com. I look forward to connecting.